So, Danny, let's start with the news that Jamie Grimes has signed a new contract. How pleased are you to get that one over the line?
Yeah, and I'm pleased, or we're pleased for him. I think in his first season here, he wasn't probably the main man in the back line under the previous manager, and to be fair to the manager now, he's sort of made him his main man, made him captain. I think he's thrived in that role. I think he does a lot I know he does a lot for the club outside the football stadium in terms of within the community and visits to schools and things like that. So he's a really good representative for the town and the club, and he's a blooming good player. So yeah, pleased for him. I think it's great news for our supporters, and hopefully he can help lead us to the promised land this season.
How much hard work does he put in behind the scenes? Because I think he's on track for 100 consecutive league starts, which is pretty remarkable. So to keep himself fit for that long as well, just how much hard work does he put in?
Loads, and I think it's hard to single him out, but I will do because that's the focus of the question. He, he's one of the first ones in, does his work in the gym, trains like his life depends on it, encourages others in a positive way, doesn't criticise, doesn't dig people out in a negative fashion. He really leads by example in a positive manner, as all captains should. And he's a very nice lad, and that's very important to me personally. If you've got a nice person, that outweighs a lot, and he's a good person. Yeah, and he's one of whatever our squad is, 20 odd, that is professional, that is a good person, and he's very good at playing football. And I don't think it's any coincidence at the moment that we're in such a good place as a football club because of people like Grimesy, but long way to go.
And he's one of a handful of players who have recently signed contracts this season. Does that just show that you are, building for the future, thinking about the years ahead? I
think so. I think that, we'd all love to believe we're going to be in League Two next year. But, if we're in the National League, God forbid, we believe those players will help get us over the line next year. But, that's not me being negative. That's just me playing things down a little bit. I believe that, obviously the gaffer believes, because he has the final say on who gets the contracts, that these players will not only help us to achieve our goals this season, but to kick on next year as well, whatever league that shall be. Hopefully it's a higher one. But yeah, we've got real good culture at the club. Real good feel, real good. It's hard to explain it really if you're not behind the scenes every day just to see how they carry themselves, the players. And yes, they're going to have bad games, they're going to make mistakes, but if they continue that culture, that mentality of just doing things right, that can only be good for the football club.
Yeah, you see that on a day-to-day basis then, and you've been in football for a long time. Is that one of the is this one of the best sort of environments that you've been involved in? Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. Playing or coaching, this is a really good set of people, first and foremost, and they're a really good team. Obviously, the manager, since he's come in, has brought his style to the team, which I think is so easy on the eye and attractive to watch. The players have all bought into it. They're all learning and developing the way that the manager wants them to play, and I think results reflect that. So yeah, on a personal basis, it's the I don't know what the word is. Probably the most stable group, if that makes sense. Most stable. There's no massive spikes in emotions or moods, or there's no one within that group you think, oh, if they have a bad day today, whether it be personality or performance, it's going to upset the rest of the dressing room. There isn't that. So yeah, that's the first time I've found that probably in my career, and that's obviously down to loads of things: the recruitment, the manager, hopefully us all as staff for guiding them each day, and ultimately down to the players themselves. Are you, as management staff and the club, hoping to get one or two more players extended contracts then, because there are quite a few out at the end of the season, aren't there? Yeah, listen, Liam, that's obviously one for the manager to really delve into. But as far as I'm aware, the manager's made the point of saying the group we've got now is the group that's going to take us forward, hopefully to promotion this season. That's the aim. If there's players out of contract, I'm sure that they'll have conversations with the manager and the powers that be. But as far as I'm concerned, they're all a great set of lads,
who I believe will, or who are continuing to take this club in the right direction.
Back to league action tomorrow then, after a 2-week break with the cup games. How excited are you ready to put your foot to the floor again in the league campaign?
Yeah, we're all excited, and I think we've heard the last few days that we've sold out our allocation, which is bonkers really, because it's not round the corner, is it, Hartlepool? And it's not very warm either. So fair play to our supporters as always. I think, like I said earlier, I know that it helps our players, when they come out just for the warm-up at these games and they see at least a few hundred behind the goal before a ball's been kicked in anger. It gives them that extra little lift, I think, to go and do it for them. So, yeah, we're all excited. You can't help but have a little sneaky look at the league table now and then. We're in a good position. Form goes out the window, I think, at any game. Not just, I think that phrase is used a lot for cup games and giant killing moments, but I think form goes out the window every game, in my opinion. I think they've only won a couple in the last 10. But Jolaski is a very experienced, good manager. I'm sure he'll be telling his players that they've got nothing to lose tomorrow, and can they cause an upset? So we've got to make sure, as always, Liam, that doesn't happen. We are excited. We're focused, though. I think focus is more the word. Looking forward to the game. But we're obviously all excited about that potential feeling if we were to win and see all those Spireites behind the goal jumping around going mad.
Do you feel like you're entering a pivotal part of the season now with 8 games coming up in January and then the busy Christmas period as well? Do you feel like if you can get the other side of January with at least this lead or maybe more, then you're in such a strong position, aren't you?
I think you would be in a strong position if you have a good January. Whoever was top of the league, it just so happens, thank God, that it's us. But you're right, I think we've got 8 games in January, maybe. Is that including the trophy game, is it? Yeah. So, yeah, that's a lot of games, isn't it? But we've got a good squad. We've got fit lads. I think, like I've said to you ever since I started doing interviews with you, Liam, is to be successful, you have to overcome everything. And in January, we're going to have to overcome a lot of fixtures against some very good teams. We're in all 3 competitions, which is great for the football club. As I've said before, league followed by FA Cup, followed by trophy. If we can go to Watford, cause an upset, great. We can go Welling, get a result, great. But all those scenarios pale into insignificance before tomorrow's game, because that is gigantic.
Hartlepool were up there with the top of the table with yourselves in that game in August at the end of the bank holiday. Was what sort of you made of them from your analysis of them from what you've seen?
Yeah, I think they're very unfortunate to lose the lad Mancini from midfield. I think he scored their second goal here, didn't he? And we thought the world was going to collapse after about 4 minutes, and we managed to turn that around. It was a crazy day. But he was, sadly for the lad personally, he had a bad injury that day, and he hasn't played for him since. So hopefully for him, he's on his way back, because it's never nice to see a lad get a nasty injury. But I don't think he'll be around for them tomorrow. So I think that's been a big loss for them in their defence. So yeah, listen, you hear things about off the field and supporters unrest, but how many times have we say that in these interviews here? A lot of clubs have got that going on. We've had that at this club in the past. Now we haven't. So let's enjoy that. Let's really enjoy the moment of this club's in such a good place, and maybe take advantage of others that aren't in that place. I wish Hartlepool all the best, but after tomorrow.
And just in terms of squad news, how's Tyron Williams getting on with his injury?
Yeah, I'm not going to say a couple of weeks because it's less than that. He's back running. He's looking fit. I think Palms and Grimes have been excellent in his absence. And then obviously, Miguel and young Riley played in the trophy game. So yeah, the centre halves that have stepped in have done ever so well, whatever game it is they've been called upon to play in. But Tyrone's a lot closer. He's really doing some. It's just that last step away now from joining in properly. He will be joining in next week properly with the rest of the squad.
Great stuff. And Ryan Colclough as well with his hamstring injury?
Yeah, back training yesterday. We'll wait and see today how he gets on, whether it's just too soon for him to be involved tomorrow or not. I should imagine he'll probably travel and be involved. We'll wait and see on that. But yeah, he's back training with the group, which is great news for the supporters.
And is everyone else okay?
Yeah, Everyone else is okay, racking my brain. Yeah, light session today as always. Travelling to Hartlepool later on. Fingers crossed, no knocks and illnesses on the way. Bring on tomorrow.
Cheers, Danny. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Liam. Top man. Thank you.